Alright guys, welcome to stage 8 of DSA. This stage doesn't have any environmental hazards either, so you're welcome to use the entire arena. Don't have to worry about any sort of arena-wide environmental hazards in this stage. First round here, nothing to worry about really, just watch out for the ice mages. Those are going to be one of your priority targets. But everything starts to get a little bit trickier starting on the second round. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and fight past this first round, and when the second round starts, I'll let you guys know what the special mechanic is in terms of mobs. So you can see over here, got some mages. Battle mage there can be a little bit of a problem sometimes. You'll throw around negate magic, but can definitely be bothersome to your magicka DPS. Going to be a frost mage that spawns over there on the west. Going to want to take out that frost mage. Does a lot of damage. That ice storm that you see there, that deals a significant amount of damage to your DPS. So you're going to want to focus down that frost mage. All the other casters in this arena are kind of third priority targets. They're going to be what you're going to go after after you defeated all of the ice mages, as well as the primary targets for this arena, which are going to be the Centurions. Stage 8 is another round stage where you're going to want a raid notifier, because it's, especially as a tank, because it'll let you know when you're going to have to interrupt the Centurions that are going to spawn here. So the Centurions are going to start spawning on round 2. They're not going to spawn on the first ad wave. They'll be spawning on the later ad waves. Whenever they spawn, there's always going to be at least 2 Centurions, a red one and a blue one. The blue one can apply an ice circle on a random person. If they manage to apply a ice circle, then the red one will apply a fire circle. You can't interrupt the blue Centurion when it tries to apply the circle, as you saw me do there. So the tank is basically going to need to keep on the blue Centurion and basically bash it whenever a notifier tells it that it's going to use a fire charge or ice charge. If you do not manage to block it in time, don't interrupt the red Centurion. Instead, let it apply the fire charge. The 2 people with the charges are going to have to stand basically on top of each other in order to negate the damage being done. The charges last for about 15 seconds, so you guys are going to have to stand on top of each other for 15 seconds. Once 15 seconds are up, you can then safely walk away. The yellow Centurions will chase around a random person. The tank can't actually taunt that. So if you do happen to have the yellow Centurion on you, just continue to kite it around. There's nothing really that the tank can do to pull him away from you. The Dwemer Spheres here, those are a second priority target alongside the frost mages. They don't normally spawn at the same time, so you're able to burn one down. That's kind of why they kind of share the second priority target spots. That's because the Dwemer Spheres can launch a lightning wall that can deal a hefty amount of damage to whoever it hits. You can see here you're going to want to interrupt that ice charge. It is, if you happen to kill the red Centurion first and the blue one happens to apply an ice charge, there's nothing you can do to mitigate the damage. All you have to do is have the healer heal you through that damage. So for this stage, it's recommended that you kill the blue Centurion first. The red Centurion will never apply a fire charge unless the blue Centurion applies an ice charge first. On the 4th round here, the Centurions are going to spawn directly north of you. All 3 of them will spawn at once. This is a good time if you have any magicka DPS to use a Destruction Staff ulti. As you can see there, you can taunt the yellow one, but it's not really going to really do anything too much. He does move very slowly though, so it is pretty easy to kite him around if he is chasing you. Over here on the right, you'll have a Dwemer Sphere. This is the only round where the Dwemer Spheres and the Frost Mages can spawn together. The Ice Mage is going to spawn right after the Dwemer Sphere there, so you want to burn that down, then burn the Frost Mage down, and then take out everything else. There is another Dwemer Sphere that spawns on the west side of the map, so you're just going to want to burn down the Frost Mage before focusing on the Dwemer Sphere. You can see you're kind of recharging your resources a little bit before going into the boss round. Boss round here is just going to be one boss. It's going to be a mage. The two ad waves are both always going to be Centurions. Frost Mage and a healer will spawn with the boss. Just make sure to take those out. Boss himself has a couple of moves. You saw one right there. He'll throw down a fire rune on a random person. It will explode and toss you into the air if you're not blocking when you walk over the circle. So it's recommended for the a tank to walk over it if they do end up becoming a problem. First wave of ads here, 80%. Blue Centurion and Red Centurion, along with some trash mobs. Again, tank taunts the blue and red Centurions and interrupts the blue one. So you can see there I got the ice charge on me, and the other person got their fire charge, so that we have to stand on top of each other. This completely negates the damage that's being dealt. And once the charges are done, we can then start moving away from each other and continue DPSing the boss. The other move that the boss you have to watch out for is he will cast a meteor on a random person. You need to block it. Just like if you're targeted by a meteor in PvP, you'll see the runes around you in a circle. When you see that around you, make sure to block. That'll mitigate some of that damage, and it will prevent you from being knocked into the air. Second wave of ads spawn at 40%. It's going to be 2 yellow Centurions, a blue and a red. This is a great time to use the Destro ulti if you have Magicka DPS. Burn down the blue and the red Centurions, and then burn down the yellow ones. You can see there we managed to burn the blue, 3 of them down. There's one more that's left. If you have a range DPS, make sure they're the ones that are attacking the yellow Centurions. As you can see there, we have a melee DPS here, so she can only attack the boss because she can't get close to the yellow Centurion to deal damage without getting hurt by that spinning attack. Kill the boss, focus on and down on the Centurion, and there we have it. So that's stage 8. From the chest you will get jewelry from this chest. We're going to go ahead and move on to stage 9.